Hello everybody, this is Evan Irwin, and this is a special edition of the Magic Show made for just mtgotraders.com, which is personally where I do all of my online shopping, because I've not found an online store that is anywhere close to the quality of MTGO Traders in terms of either price or selection. And I'm also going to show you a mono green aggro build that beat the living piss out of me, and I'm going to see if I can reconstruct it based on what I saw in that game that I played. So let's see if we can get this mono green aggro deck together. Now, I was looking up Evolution Charm because A, I think this card is absolutely amazing. And B, I think obviously it goes well with the Groundbreakers and the Timbermares I just bought. Now, those are your big cards. Those are the ones that you're actually putting all your money into. So the deck is really built around Timbermare and Groundbreaker, stuff like Might of Old Krosa, and basically anything below your rare slots is going to be pretty cheap. So we got our Mites, and let's go back and get our Evolution Charms. Now, I love Evolution Charm, one of my favorite cards actually in Standard, because it fixes your mana, it gives you evasion, or it brings back Groundbreaker or Timbermare. I mean, how fantastic is that? Also, Wall of Roots has been absolutely amazing. Let's see here, Wall of Roots. Now, another thing about MTGO, you won't filter correctly. So, like, I've got the Mirage Wall of Roots, which are technically just as good. They do the same thing. And I would actually pick up Wall of Roots as soon as possible. You're going to be playing this card for a long time. It's already made its way into extended and tooth and nail builds. It's taken over Standard with stuff like the blue-green Tron. Wall of Roots is just too good to pass up. I really would pick up these ASAP. Now, I got the Mirage ones because they were cheaper. I don't really give a crap about what sort of version I'm running. They all do the same thing, and Wall of Roots and Mirage does let you play in Time Spiral Block. So let's see. Of course, we got to get our Timbermares. Timbermares. Gotta love the Wakefieldy goodness. And our Groundbreakers. Now, we're looking at 20 cards so far. I also saw that guy running Hunting Wilds, and I had to go back on MTGO Traders and pick these guys up. And these are actually really cool for this deck when you realize that, you can, once you have all this mana, and you're playing mono green, so you should have a ton of mana. You got all this mana. You put in 2/3/3s that become 6/6s with the Force Mages. So, of course, Primal Force Mage. There's my foil one. Is really just the king of this deck, because you got your hasty guys, and of course you got your Uktabe Drakes, which are fantastic. So we're up to 32 cards. That means that we've got probably 22, 23 lands maybe, because we got the Wall of Roots. We've got some accelerators. Should we be running Harmonize? We need to run Harmonize. I've got 2 Harmonizes, so we need to get 2 more Harmonizes. So let me pause, let me be right back, and I'll go get those. Alright, so we're back, and we got ourselves 4 Harmonize after another $4. So we have 36 cards, so that means we have 2 slots in my opinion. Normally this mana base is going to be pretty low, so let's look at the curve here. I mean, our curve tops out at 4. We've got 4 Wall of Roots, we got 4 Evolution Charm, 4 Hunting Wilds for that matter. Do we use Gemhide Slivers? We could use 4 Gemhide Slivers and cut this down to 40 cards, but is there another pump that we're missing? Let's see. We got Monvuli Acid Moss. I remember that being played against me. We've also got Stonewind Evocation, but I don't know if that's necessary. Alright, so here we have the Monvuli Acid Moss. We forgot all about that guy because he's amazing. So let's go add him to the deck. Alright, so that would put us at 20 lands, but we don't want to go quite that far, so we may take out 1 Hunting Wilds and maybe 1 Evolution Charm. And that would leave us with 22 lands. Now, I have no idea what would go into the sideboard for this. I was looking at my Call of the Herds there. But we'll see. Let's add some lands here. 10 to the deck. 10 to the deck. Do we need to add a Pendlehaven here? I don't think we're running a single 1/1. So there's the deck, and let's see how it plays. All right, here we go. Lose the roll. Oh boy, that's a bad hand. 2 mites, Timbermare, Acid Moss, Hunting Wild, Utabi, 1 forest. Well, you don't see those hands that often. 6 forests in the aggro deck. Let's keep on. Okay. Well, if we don't keep this hand, we could lose. So, pretty badly. Mulligan to 4, even on the draw. I don't think we're going to have a shot. So if we draw another land, we can Evolution Charm. So we'll risk it. He's playing green, as is most Time Spiral players. Of course, we did not rip the land like a champ. Prismatic Lens. There's a new Utabi Drake we can't play. Ha! Okay, he acid mossed my land. Let's just move on. So this deck may have some mana problems. May want to add some Gem Hides or some Prismatic Lenses. That looks like a better hand. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That's a gorgeous hand. Now that's the hand we want. You want to show the deck off with. You know, check out this. 2nd turn Wall, 3rd turn Force Mage, 4th turn Ground. Well, 4th turn Force Mage, 5th turn super huge Groundbreaker. Oh, and another Groundbreaker. That's just delicious. Love that Wall of Roots, man, I tell you. Alright. Oh, look at that. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We got a Force Mage. Pass the turn. He plays Harmonize. Let's see here. Should I play the Groundbreaker? I could do 18 in 2 turns, or I could play the other Force Mage and hopefully draw a land, maybe. He's playing lots of Search for Tomorrows. And Stupor. There's an Evolution Charm, that's not bad. Swing for what, 16? Turn 5? Not bad. Damnation. It's pretty good. Of course, doesn't stop that Groundbreaker in my hand. Alright, so I won that one. Now that was nice. Turn 6 win. So if I were playing against this guy, what would I like to have right now to sideboard in? Against discard? Would you play the Call of the Herds? I don't know. Maybe extra Evolution Charms for stuff like land destruction. Wow, you get some really weird, inconsistent hands here. Look at this. Almost 3 blank cards here. Almost 3. But if we were to mulligan this, you know, we just don't have any early accelerators. That's what I think, other than Wall of Roots, which I think is kind of messing with this deck. I think we need some Gem Hide Slivers in here and maybe less lands. We'll risk it. Of course, when we don't want to draw, that's when we draw it. There's also no Terramorphic Expanses in here, and that is definitely a mistake. The card that thins your land and shuffles your deck and all that good stuff. There's a Timbermare. He's searching for tomorrow like no tomorrow. Should I run search for tomorrow? I think that's a pretty good question. Let's see here. We need 8 mana for Hunting Wilds. We only have 5. We couldn't play the Echo on Timbermare. He's at 14. I'd be able to swing for 8. That would take him down to 6. I think we're just going to hold back here. He's harmonizing it up. Unfortunately, we're not actually drawing ours. There's another Timbermare. That's what I like to see. The lovely mare swinging in for 5. Here comes the damnation. Oh yeah. Next turn we should have just enough mana, 6, 7, 8 for Hunting Wilds. So we won the first game, and we saw a few problems with the deck. First of all, a little inconsistent in its mana draws. Second of all, we need 4 Terramorphic Expanses. That card is just too good not to play in like every Time Spiral deck, period. I mean, you know, it's never bad when you get it in your opening hand because you just don't have any 1-drops. I mean, what, we got Uktabi Drake and Might, and you're never going to play those in turn 1. So, let's see, we got that, and I think we need a few more accelerators here. We have, what are our stats here? Our average cost is 2.78. We have 22 lands, maybe -1 Hunting Wilds, +1 Evolution Charm. Now, let's take a look at the sideboard, because we don't have one, by looking at all of the green cards in Time Spiral block. Some people I like Sentinel Wood Readers against aggro. I like how it's a good stopgap. I also like Deadwood Treefolk because he's such a huge monster, and you know, if you can power him out, particularly against aggro, I mean, the recursion is usually just too much for them. Gaia's Might. When are you going to bring it in against? You know, probably Krosan Grip for stuff like Stormbind and Wild Pear. So let's add those 4 to the sideboard. I guess the library against the control decks, you think? I like, you know, being the beatdown rather than the control. Thank you very much. There's Seal of Primordium, but I'm pretty sure I'd rather have Krosan Grip every single time. There's a Scragnoth. There's a Spectral Force. We could put Spectral Forces in the side. Spike feeders maybe for burn and aggro and whatnot. Couldn't hurt. Let's see. I like Hermit. I like Hermit a lot. I just how he just has no synergy with Force Mage. He just and he's a little slow comparatively. Whirling Dervish. That'd be pretty cool. I've only got one of those. Let's see, Yavimaya Dryad. I think I saw Yavimaya Dryad in the original deck, now that I think about it, that I played against. And I think it would fit really well right here in the 3-drop. Maybe a couple less Evolution Charms. Couple less Harmonize. So we go to 2 Evolution Charms, 2 Harmonize, and then have room for 4 more threats. I think that's great. So that's what we've got so far. I like how it excels here. It excels through Monvuli. It excels through Hunting Wilds. Obviously, let's keep our Timbermare on the board. So let's save this. Oh, we got to finish that sideboard. We need Whirling Dervishes. How much are Whirling Dervishes? Let's go see. Alright, Whirling Dervishes are 35 cents. Check that out. Let's buy them. Because I am a purchaser. Oh, we only need 3. $1.05. Alright, so we've got our 4 Whirling Dervishes I just purchased from MTGO Traders, of course, for the low price of 35 cents. And again, now these guys aren't breaking the meta game, and they're not probably going to blow out a lot of games, but A, I think there's a sort of short list of sideboardable cards for mono green aggro. And B, if you're playing against Dralnu that runs stuff like Strangling Soot and of course Sudden Death, I think this guy's just obviously amazing. They have to throw something in front of it soon. And if you're on the play and get this guy down turn 2, I mean, they're going to have a hard time getting rid of it, sitting there looking at their sudden deaths and not being able to handle it. So, it's worth inclusion, I think. So, let's go back here. And now everybody doesn't have 4 Call the Herds, but I'm just going to add them in there because that first it would make our 15, and second of all, I think it's a great card, obviously against discard and stuff like we faced last round. And we're mono green aggro. Should we be running it? Period. That's something we can ask ourselves as we go through the playtesting process. So let's save this and try another game. So this is an interesting opening hand. I think it's a good one too. We got Utabi, we got Terramorphic, we've got Groundbreaker, we've got Evolution Charm. So we got Groundbreaker in the way to recur it. We've got a way to accelerate our mana if we need to. We got Haster guys. All right, he's got Greater Gargadon turn 1. That's interesting. And we have no way of dealing with that guy. Period. So we basically have to win before Gargadon goes off. So we'll play our Terramorphic Expanse and pop it. I don't bother to wait till the end of the turn. I don't think they're going to be doing anything spectacular. The only thing you're really worried about is Boom from Boom and Bust. There's another Gargadon. Interesting. Hey, there's a Monvuli Acid Moss. That's pretty cool. Wish we had a Wall of Roots or a Gemhide Sliver or something right now. Well, he just boomed one of my lands. Which I guess he thinks he's like mana screwing me. And that's the best top deck I could have asked for too. There's a little Primal Force Mage action. Because then I'll get to lay down 2 Utabi Drakes and swing for 10, plus the 2 from the Force Mage. That's 12 damage. That seems pretty good. That means Groundbreaker would end the game next turn. Alright, so he plays Call the Herd, which is fine. I draw Harmonize, not bad. And as long as he doesn't Rift Bolt here, I should be in good shape. I ain't blocking that. Okay. Yavimaya Dryad, not bad. Uktabi Drake number 1. Oh, he said he just misclicked. That's bad. And he swings the elephant for some reason. He just killed himself, but you know, whatever. He could have stayed alive, what, another turn? He would have taken 6 and then he would have died. He was at 8. So, he's playing Gargadons, he's playing mono green aggro-ish stuff. Are we going to try to sort of outcall the herd him? Maybe -2 Hunting Wilds for +2 call the herd, because Hunting Wilds is really a good card against control, not a great card against aggro. I like how Harmonize can help us get advantage that way, so we'll try that. Alright. Where's that other land? Look at this hand! Look at this hand. Now look, we're in the tournament practice room, so I'm going to keep it just because if we ripped another land, this hand would be ridiculous. Now in a tournament setting, I would have mulliganed that. No question. Oh, another wall of roots. If we rip a land here, this is going to be an excellent game. And of course we didn't. But at least we can discard the call of the herd. As long as he doesn't boom here, we'll be fine. Oh, give me another land. Just one. That's all I need. Just one more land. And he brought in the Ether Membrane, apparently, which can block as though it had everything. Have to boom the land. That's what I get. I should have mulliganed it. Even as juicy and delicious as this hand is, it was a mistake. He did not sacrifice his land to Gargadon with boom on the stack. So remember, hold control, your control key, when you do that, so you don't screw that up. Oh, look at that. Terramorphic Expanse off the top, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in this game because he is just giving me no pressure here. Now, I'm still under the clock of Greater Gargadon that's currently at 5 counters. So, but if you can give me like 3 turns, this game is over. I'm bad at Magic, but a good thing it doesn't keep me bad at Magic. Oh, rip. Look at that. Alright. I think I should play Search for Tomorrow in here. Just seems like the best turn 1 play this deck could possibly have. He goned it. Okay. Why not? just played Spectral Force. You know, I think I'm a little behind on this game. A little. Just a tiny bit. Really. Jeez. I'm pretty sure I'm dead here. Let's move on to game 3. So, we should be playing Utopia Vow. There you go. Utopia Vow is a good sideboard card for the fatties. And for stuff like Aether Membrane or whatever he was playing over there. Seems good. So, we'll do that next time. Interesting hand. We'll keep it. Harmonize 2 Groundbreaker. Three Groundbreaker. That's nice. Yeah, I can smell that dead a long time ago. Alright, so he flashes back the elephant. And we just drew a bunch of good cards. So, let's see, we can Wanvuli Acid Moss him, but we're staring down 8 damage. So, how about we play some Wall of Roots and a Groundbreaker and a Might of Old Krosa and swing for 10. Forest, Groundbreaker number 1, Groundbreaker number 2, number 2, and Toppy Drake. Tap 6 mana for something. Okay. Huh. Ouch. And Armageddon. Seems rough. Wow, well, I lost. Boom Bust with Gargadon. Seems good. Seems good. Alright, everybody, we're here with the final build of Mono Green Aggro, at least what I want to give you guys. I've done a little bit more testing since the recorded matches you just saw, and I've still got the Mites and the Utabi Drakes, still got the Walls and the Evolution Charms. I've added in Search for Tomorrow, as I mentioned. Took away 1 Dryad and added 1 Tree Folk. Took away the Hunting Wilds and added Jetted Ojanen and the Tree Folk for that matter. At this point, you know, I'd be happy to hear your suggestions. I think it's a really fun, cool deck. I just don't think it's at the top of the meta. I think Drowning is probably just better. You know, if you want to be honest, maybe White Weenie is probably just better. So, you know, I'm sure there's some cool things coming in the future site. But as for right now, you know, if you guys have any suggestions or opinions, I'd love to hear them. But I really enjoy this deck, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it.